Now, Judith, you're not actually touring at the moment, are you?
No,
You're doing nothing.
I'm all washed up.
Basically unemployable.
I'm eating a lot of cheese. It's true. I'm wearing control top underpants as we speak.
Well, we can't give the dates for your cheese eating, unfortunately, because
it's pretty entertaining.
Do you think? Well, I've got these here. I managed to find some dates from your tour from 2001, so I just thought I'd show them instead. But the cheese eating tour is pretty much all year, isn't it?
It is all year, and look, if you can find yourself a time machine.
Yes.
Some of those February shows were just fantastic.
All right, let's have a look at that again. We might refer to the one down there, June 23rd and 14th, the Gorge Park Rotunda in Launceston. I'll be there.
That was a great night.
All right, thank you very much. Now, Judith, thank you very much for coming along.
Pleasure.
It's been an absolute delight. Please thank Judith Lucy. Coming up next, Kerry-Ann Kennelly holding a... Oh, sorry, we decided not to do that, Kerry-Ann. Sorry, no, it was apparently too expensive to fly you down, so sorry. But, we'll be right back with less right after this. Excuse me, Judith. Hello, and welcome back. And if you missed Alan Jones on the Today Show during the last year... Cheese is good, isn't he? It's very good. Now, Judith and I were just talking during the break, because, you know, we're friends and we talk, and I just sit here read my notes. I mean, I talk to my guests and probably talk to you more nicely than I did actually when we were on air, Judith. We were talking about The Matrix. We're talking about Matrix, and you haven't seen The Matrix,
no,
have
I'm afraid not.
No. And I was saying to you that I had seen The Matrix, and then you were just as we came back, Judith said, what did you think of it? Well, and I'm just going to answer a question now. I didn't like it.
Why not?
Well, look, the special effects just make me feel queasy, to be perfectly honest. In fact, I saw it this morning, and I came back through Studio 2. In fact, let's just have a look. We came back through Studio 2. Just have a look at this. Please, don't applaud. Don't applaud. Don't debase yourselves by applauding that. No, but thank you. And what better way to introduce our next guest? Unlike a teaspoon of bicarbonate of sodium, I put my next guest in water and he won't effervesce and eventually dissolve. He's more likely to win a race or at least come a very commendable second or third. Also, unlike bicarbonate of soda, he will not cure you of indigestion if you drink him, and if you stand a box of him open in your fridge, he will not remove any stale food odours. Nor is he any good at sanitising kitchen services. In fact, he shares little in common with baking soda, and the comparisons are, in my view, unfair, as indeed mine. Please welcome a box of baking soda. Sorry, no, Matt Welsh. Matt Welsh. Let Matt come in. Sorry, music up, please. Thank you, Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
You've got lipstick all over you now.
Oh, do I?
Judith there. I've got nothing to...
This is why you need to sign up
scrape it off with my card.
Ah, excellent.
All this. I have nothing to give you at all. But it's very...
That's all right.
Anyway,
you could use my leg.
I was going to ask if that was all right, but I thought it was probably a bit much.
Now, Matt, you are Matt Welsh, world champion backstroker?
Yes, not to be confused with a box of bicarbonate of soda.
No, that's all right. Just checking. Now, do you get recognised much in your clothes? Because I'm thinking most people would obviously see you on the telly or in person in a minimum of garb. And when you're wearing your clothes, do you blend, into the background a bit?
Yeah, it's a bit of a worry when people say, "Oh, geez, I didn't recognise you in clothes." You sort of think,
I have that problem.
Yeah. sort of think, what do you do outside of your training? But no, I do get recognised a little bit. It's sort of somewhere between, hey, didn't I go to school with you? And you know, yes, I know who you are. So it's not a 100%, but
So
you can have a bit of fun.
You have to actually sort of sometimes tell them from where they know you. They say, well, no, you're from somewhere.
Yeah, I don't really like
You
to play that game.
probably saw me swimming. No.
Yeah.
Do you do the autograph thing? Do you mind
Absolutely,
doing that?
yeah.
Do you have any rules about that? Because some people, you know, will only sign for, you know, a donation to charity or...
I usually just sign for the fans and kids and a few autograph collectors, and I usually don't like to do that. But one rule I've sort of always kept is don't sign on skin.
Right.
I figure that sort of keeps me out of most bits of trouble,
yes.
but also, you know, skin's not going to last, so, well, unless it's a tattoo thing. I'm not a tattoo artist, so it's not going to go.
No, that's good to hear. And in which country are you most recognised? Is it here or
definitely
elsewhere?
Australia, but I'm actually pretty surprised in America. You know, it was a little bit as well. I've actually got a few fans over there, but yeah, here in Germany they're very big in swimming and autographs as well. So we do get a bit. We have a bit of fun in Germany, I have to admit. When we go over there,
Be one of the few people.
you know, they'll always ask for autographs, and they sort of go a little bit crazy on them. So at the end of the day, you're looking back at the autographs, and there's always a few David Hasselhoffs or Bill Clintons or things like that. Yeah, not so many swimmers, just a few people that you thought, geez, I'm sure they didn't turn up, but apparently they did.
You wag. All right. Now, look, there's a drought on at the moment, as you know, here in Australia. Are you guilty? Do you feel guilty at all? Immersing yourself so often in large bodies of water?
I do, I have to admit. I train at Albert Park, and, well, the lake's half empty, but the pool's full.
Right.
So, you know, don't know what we can do about that.
Well, I just wonder, I mean, look, I'm not a swimmer, and you are, and I just put this to you. I don't mean you any disrespect at all, but do you really need that depth of water to swim in? Because, I mean, you're a reasonably slender fellow, and you probably only need, I don't know, maybe 2.5 feet, probably to actually swim in.
Well,
does it need to be 8
definitely.
feet?
Well, I mean, for the dive, you'd want a little bit more depth.
Yeah.
I think for safety's reasons.
Well, see, I don't get diving. I don't get just diving generally.
You're diving for the start of the race.
Oh, right, okay.
Not for actual diving.
No, not right up there.
No, high tower diving into 2 foot. It's very
okay.
dangerous.
Well, but okay, for backstroke, you need, apart from getting in the pool, which you might have a deeper bit there, but then it could sort of go up.
Well, they can have steps in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you really only need like a foot to swim in.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting point. I've never really thought of it.
We'll take that bit of information with you. Does it need to be as long? Does the pool need to be as long? Because I would have thought at the elite level, Matt,
I'm thinking, you know, Athens might actually be able to, you know, this might actually help them. You know, if they make the track a bit smaller, they might complete it on time.
Well, what are they up to at the moment?
I think they're up to about the 300-metre mark, so, you know.
That's probably enough.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, because at the elite level, most swimmers are sort of within, what, about 1/4 of an inch of each other? You could actually run the race over about 2 inches, I would have thought. And whoever achieves the most inches within the disputed time, say 1/4 of a second, so 2 foot of water and 2 inches long.
Yeah,
I'll
be interested to see how it sort of comes up on TV. You need less cameras, obviously.
Yes.
It'll make the commentary much easier.
Channel 7 would cope with that, I'm sure. Thank you for laughing so I could drink. Is there a downside to the... I know you enjoy the swim, but is there a downside to it? Because, you know, hair goes green. Not that yours is beautifully lustrous and brown, but there's a lot of chlorine, isn't there?
There's a lot of chlorine. Always smelling of chlorine is definitely one of the downsides. And I know that sounds really sort of silly, but it sort of gets to you after a while.
No,
but the fatigue sort of gets to you. But there's a lot of upsides. You get a lot of travel and get to meet some great people, yourself and Judith. So.
What are the exceptions to that rule? Speaking of making great people, let's go to the phones now. Let's meet them orally. Tony from Rockhampton is on the line. Tony, you have a question for Matt?
Yes, hello Matt, how are you?
Well, thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Matt. That's great. Thanks very much for coming along. I appreciated that because you actually filled in I should explain to the folks at home, Matt actually filled in the last minute for Leanne Rhymes. We were to have